Welcome to episode 152 of the Quest Lore series, Mourning's End Part 2. To start this quest you must have completed Sheep Herder, Waterfall Quest, Plague City, Biohazard, Underground Pass, Regicide, Roving Elves and Mourning's End Part 1. You are to return to the Mourner headquarters and gain access to the mine to learn about what progress they've made towards reaching the Temple of Light. Esselt hands you the key to the excavation site and says that one of the dig teams has gone missing while searching for the temple. You run down the cave, past the dark beasts. The dig team seems to have found the temple, but are dead outside the front of it. The rest of the mourners aren't yet aware of this discovery. You search a guard, finding a journal. The journal details Eden's journey as an elf working under Lord Iorwerth, firstly becoming a tower guard but being attacked by pigeons, and then tasked to use a device to dye sheep, but running out of ammo and prompting him to improvise and use vials of dye, which ends up breaking the machine. His last task was to go on a historic expedition to find the Temple of Light, but this entry documents his last into this journal. You enter the temple, attach a rope to a rock, and chisel a piece of blackened crystal. Arianwin says that the Temple of Light guards the Death Altar, and it is why Lord Iorwerth is so keen to access it. He plans to use the Death Altar to summon Zamorak. You show him the black crystal and he calls for Elined. She enchants the crystal to a newly made one. You are to take this to the end of the temple and place it on the Death Altar, which will imbue the crystal with the power to safeguard the temple from the mourners. Then you have to place it on the blackened crystal again. Back in the temple, you see a crystal dispenser on the wall which you pull, collecting mirrors and crystals. Directing the beams of light and changing its colour, you solve a bunch of complex puzzles and jump across an agility obstacle, finding chests and increasing the number of mirrors and coloured crystals you have. Once you've solved the complicated light puzzles and rotated all the lights, you eventually make it through the light door, where you meet a dwarf called Forgal. You explain how you got there, and then he says that he came in through a hole in the back. He went through a cave full of traps, and you ask if he is familiar with Clank from the Underground Pass. He recognizes that you are the adventurer who Clank met. He knows that you're the one who got rid of Iburn, so he'll make you a special offer to trade 50 items for a death talisman, so you can access the altar. After bringing those 50 items, you then use the death talisman on the altar to go through. The newly made crystal is used on it, and it starts to glow with a strange light. You go back to the blackened crystal, placing the new one, and it shines with a bright colour. You return to Arianwin in Lechia. He says that the temple should be secure for thousands of years now, although you say that there is a back entrance that was discovered by some dwarves. He'll speak with them and ensure that the mourners are prevented from summoning the Dark Lord. You earn 60,000 agility XP and get a crystal trinket which will allow you to access the Temple of Light again after the quest. Completing this quest is a requirement for Song of the Elves. Join me next time where I'll be completing Sins of the Father.